What exactly hurts? Is it your knee? Is it your entire body? What is
No,
it?
it's mostly my knee. It's my knee, but then your knee's bad, so then you start having back issues, and everything else goes out, and you just kind of start, one thing's off, and if you don't keep it in check, other things start going off. So
Hmm.
it's mostly my knee and lower back.
So when you blew out your knee skateboarding, what happened? Was it ACL,
I
LCL?
think the first time was PCL, then it was ACL and PCL, and then rest of the LCLs as well, MCL. I don't know if I have any of them left actually. They're all pretty much torn. So the last like few years that I was skating, I basically didn't even have any ligaments. I was just like my muscles. You'd have to just keep your knee together with muscles. You just couldn't fall weird and everything. That's why I was wearing braces and stuff just in case.
Wow.
But I mean the ligaments are there for guidance. Your muscles are what keep you in check. But eventually it didn't even matter because I was on bone so much that the arthritis eventually starts killing so much that if I try to slap you a curb right now, it feels like someone's stabbing with an ice pick inside my knee. Just one little jolt because it's been on bone for so long.
You try to do surgery?
I've been pushing it back. The only surgery I can have is a total knee replacement, but I just
Which is
don't.
gnarly.
Which is gnarly.
Yeah.
I'm a little too young for it. I was 29 when I went and saw the doctors, and I was like, what can we do? And they're like, you need a total knee replacement, but we don't do those anyone under 30 unless you've been in a car accident, your leg's completely chopped off, and they have to put it back. They're like, okay, we'll put a total knee replacement in there, but they're just like, you're too young. One doctor down San Diego is like Danny Way's doctor, and another really kind of respected surgeon up in Santa Monica. They both told me the same thing. They're like, I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, get out of here. I
Yeah.
was like, we're not doing that to you. You're 29. We can't give you a total knee replacement, but that's already when I needed it,
Yeah.
I'm over 40 now, so I've been pushing it,
Do you want to do it or no?
I do want to do it, but I'm also like, I can still kind of surf. I can dive. I can walk around and shoot a picture. Once those three get taken away from me, then I'm like, okay, I'll go do it. I'm also trying to wait until the technology gets really good,
Which is probably going to happen.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I feel like every few years those surgeries get better. They figure out more. They got the hips figured out. Josh Harmony got a hip replacement and went started skating 25 stair handrails like a few months after or whatever, So they got those figured out, but they don't really have. Supposedly knee replacement lasts 15 to 20 years, and then you have to redo it. It's like, do I want to go do it now? Is it going to feel that good? Is it going to make me want to skate again? I don't know. Like, how quickly can I blow out a knee replacement?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just going to keep going with this until I have no other options. And then I'll,
It's kind of some scary shit.
Yeah. But so far, I can dive, I can hobble around and shoot a picture. I can somewhat keep up with Ragnar. I'm like,
Yeah. So when you're surfing, it feels all right.
No, it feels terrible. But like I said, 95% of the time I'm paddling, 4% of the time, or maybe even more time I'm getting pounded. There's maybe like 1% of actually standing up, riding. And sometimes when the waves are bumpy or whatever, like one wave, there's a little ledge or you land weird, you're dropping weird, and there's a jolt. You're like, oh, now my whole session's ruined. Like I already like screwed it up. So it does get pissed off of surfing too, but it's not. I don't surf such crazy waves that it affects too much at this point. But there's definitely been times where I've surfed a lot one day, and then next day I'm like, I cannot go out. Like it was a little bumpy, it did something weird, dropped in weird, So, and that's kind of when in the summertime now I started free diving and just kind of doing that, because that's completely the opposite of skateboarding. What skateboarding is. Skateboarding is all high energy, kind of adrenaline, fast paced. You're pumped. You're beating your body up, and it's dangerous. But diving is completely on the other spectrum, but it can also maybe kill you even easier.
What is you're just like diving into a pool, diving into a body of water? What is free diving?
Free diving, you just hold your breath and you just go down as long as you can.
Oh, okay.
But in Hawaii, there's a lot of great diving in the summer because it's flat and the water's clear. So whether you're just going down and checking out fish or going spearfishing or whatever, and I live on the North Shore, so you can just walk across the street and go in the ocean and just kind of go cruise around. And there's a whole other underground world over there. It almost seems like a different planet.
Yeah.
When you get deprived enough of oxygen, everything starts looking a little trippier too.
Yeah. How populated is the area that you live in?
I think North Shore, I think they say it's about 15,000 residents. So it's kind of a small area. And then you get an influx of tourists. Like, I don't know how many tourists come to Hawaii a year, but there's a lot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The total population of Hawaiian Islands is, and I think there's 8 of them, if I'm not mistaken. The total population is somewhere around 2 million plus, maybe. And there's 1.2 million people on our island, you know, and most of them are Honolulu and down south side of the island. We're in the North Shore, so that's a little bit less populated area.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go, just because of like, there's a lot of fighters that I like who are from there.
Oh yeah.
Max
There's
Holloway.
there's a big
BJ
fighting,
Penn.
big fighting scene over there, and gyms, and a lot of people train, especially in North Shore too. There's a lot of like private little training gyms and everything.
Yeah, and I was always a fan of what Ruka used to do.
Yeah.
And they like represented island culture with part of their brand. And with like there'd be surfing, there'd be skateboarding, and then there'd be people like Christian Asoy riding for them, and like Reynolds and Spanky. But then they got like BJ Penn, and then like some surfer, and I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah. Pat kind of started bridging all those different worlds together and like finding the connections in those. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat's always been a big advocate and doing stuff on the islands. It's just really cool.
Did you ever do anything with Ruka?
No, I have a lot of friends that rode for him, but I never ended up really doing anything with Ruka. No.
Okay. So you're living in Hawaii and you're riding your bike to the surf essentially every day, towards the main path, which is, I guess, from what I was listening to, connects a bunch of stuff together, and everyone's on it at some point.
Yeah. So, I mean, North Shore is just a 2-lane highway back and forth. It's just a road that goes around the island, and where it is North Shore. And part of that, there's a little bike path, kind of the main surf spots, which is they call it the 7 Mile Miracle, North Shore, because there's so many surf spots back to back to back. And but the bike path is maybe like just over 2 miles, maybe. It's like a very short period. So that's where the book is photographed. It's all on that 2 mile stretch back and forth, pretty much. It's just beach on one side. You get a highway, bike path back and forth, and then there's a bunch of houses, one supermarket, one gas station, and that's it.